everybody! Today I'm doing a quick review on this new product to Sonia Kashuk's line, which is available at Target, and it's called the Chic Defining Contour Stick. Not cheek. Chic, and it is $10.99, and I believe it just comes in the one shade. As you can see, that tone is pretty dark and I think a little bit on the warm side. And the way the packaging is, once you take the cap off, it's just a really squatty jumbo stick, and you can just twist it at the bottom and some of the product comes up. As far as the consistency of this, I want to show you, I'm holding this really lightly, just between two fingers, and I'm going to just barely graze it over my hand. And as you can see, a lot of product comes off there. I remember the first time I was using this, you actually saw that if you saw my most recent Get Ready With Me video over on the other channel, and I was using this and I really kind of laid it on thick, because for the first time using it, I really wasn't sure how hard I needed to press, but it takes very little pressure to get a lot of product on there, so keep that in mind with your application. And while I think this could still be workable on skin tones that are even lighter than mine, something to keep in mind is that it's trickier to use in a really subtle way compared to a powder bronzer. I feel like powder bronzers, you know, you can just get a little bit on the brush, you can tap off the excess, you can tap it on your hand first, and then start working it into your skin and get a really soft look if you want to. With this, like you saw, it just kind of comes in contact with the skin and a lot of product is laid down there. And some people might say, well, why bother with a cream contouring stick? Why not just use a powder bronzer or a powder contouring palette or something like that? And I really think something like this does give a more dramatic look. It's like a more sculpted look. I do think because it lays down a lot of product, you're getting even more contrast with your own skin tone. Also, some people just don't like to layer, you know, powdery product after powdery product on their skin. So if you like the thought of using a cream product as your contour, but you're not sure that this shade would be right for you, or you've tried it and you need something like a little lighter or a little darker, you could always look to a brand that carries stick foundations and just look for a tone there that you think might actually work for your skin tone. But for as dark as this shade is, fortunately it is very easy to blend. It does not set immediately on the skin by any means, so as you look to the demo, I'm able to kind of mark my face up with this all over immediately, so like the cheekbones and around the hairline, that's where I like to use this, and I don't have any worry about that not being blendable by the time I get around to doing my forehead. And since first getting this, I have tried a few different brushes to blend it in, and I really do think brushes are the best method. My favorite brush to use is the e.l.f. Small Stipple brush, and I use this with a pretty light touch, but in circular motions, and I can use it around my hairline as well. You can also contour your nose with this product. That's not something I normally do, but if I were to do that, I would want a little bit softer touch of this product on my skin. So one technique for that would be to take like the e.l.f. Small Stipple brush and just dab it across this stick, and then you can lightly blend it on the sides of your nose. And that's a technique you could use elsewhere on your face if you just want to deposit less product. And once you do have that blended in, if you touch your face, it's not a total cream to powder product, but yet it's definitely not sticky in texture either. I don't feel the need to set this with a separate powder or another bronzer on top of it or anything like that. Now, if you have tried the undetectable cream bronzers in Sonia Kashuk's line, and the lovely Kristen Game passed these along to me to try, and I should probably do a separate review on these, but I have warm tan and rich bronze, and I've noticed that the texture of these seems like much more of an actual cream to powder. They feel a little bit more dry once they blend in, but this does really perform well whether you want to put it on directly after your foundation or on top of a powder. I already had a powder on my skin before using this, and it didn't do anything weird as I was blending it out. Overall, I think this is a great cream contouring product. Products like this can give you a more intense targeted contour. The one downside is that it does only come in one shade, so if you think this might be a little warm for you, maybe a little dark, like I said, you could look to stick foundations that are part of, you know, various different makeup lines and try something like that if you like the cream contouring concept. But I think what I like most about this stick is that while it is so deep and it is so intensely pigmented and creamy, it's still very easy to blend in. So assuming you have a brush, I mean, that e.l.f. Small Stipple brush is $3, and you know where to draw this in, like your cheekbones around your hairline, the blending part of it is really easy, so I love that. So thanks so much for taking time to watch my review on this little contouring stick from Sonia Kashuk. I hope it was informative, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!